You know the vibes. www.daymcomic.com, DAYMCOMIC.com. Click the link below. Order your comic books right now. They're dropping in a few months. Don't be without one.
What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, and let's get into it. All right, so the numbers are in. They debuted Yellowstone Season 4 this past Sunday, and now we know the numbers. Man, they did incredible. Over 8 million people watched Yellowstone's Season 4 premiere. They did it the right way, but they kind of used a little cheat code, and this surprised me. So yeah, they got their 8 million, and it was well deserved. Because I watched it, they showed 2 episodes back to back. It was fantastic. I have no complaints about it. I'm gonna talk about the episode. No spoilers though. But this is what they did to help get that 8 million. Okay, so Yellowstone debuts, it streams on Paramount Network. So Paramount Network used to be known as Spike. It also used to be known as the Nashville Network and the National Network. Some of you may remember when WWE left the USA Network, and they were on Spike for a couple of years, and then their contract went up, and then they went back to USA Network. But that's where the Paramount Network used to be, and like I said, it was Spike, and now it's the Paramount Network. But they showed Yellowstone on the Paramount Network, CMT, TV Land, and Pop. Pop used to be the TV Guide Network. So it was everywhere. So they spread it across 4 different networks to get that 8 million, which again, still not hating, but that's, I wonder what the number would have been if they had just aired it on Paramount Network. Show, like I said, the show has not missed a beat. If you saw season 3 and how season 3 ended, boy, it kind of left you like, oh my God, how is the Dutton family gonna recover from this? And they came in season 4, and they literally just picked right up where the season 3 finale left off. Just kind of really picking up those storylines. I thought there was a surprise. I'm not going to speak on it, but there was a surprise. Someone got that I was not expecting to get got. I was shocked by that. But man, it was a good surprise. But also, I'm not sure what to think about this season's villain. Every season has a villain, and the villains come up against the Dutton family, and the Dutton family does what the Dutton family does. This is the first time we've gotten a female. It looks like the arch villain for this season is a woman. I can't remember that actress's name. Forgive me, but I'm curious to see how they're gonna do this season. Like I said, they definitely set things in motion that I think will be make for a very compelling season 4. Another thing they did, they shared they were advertising a lot of stuff during these 2 hours. Well, it's actually about 2.5 hours, because these were extended episodes with limited commercial. Like I know Dodge Ram, they sponsored, and then there were a couple of there were some beer companies, and I saw a lot of rodeo that sell rodeo equipment. They were picking up the tab on all the advertising. I think they got their money's worth though, because this, like I said, the show looked outstanding. The writing, everything. I was just like, I just love. Matter of fact, I'm watching the first 2 episodes again, because I was like, it was so good. I have to watch the 2 episodes again. I was just really impressed with everything. They showed a nice extended trailer for Yellowstone 1883. 1883 is the prequel I think it stars was Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, and Sam Elliott. Which I was like, man. But the trailer for 1883 that they show, it just looked, the scenes, everything just looks fantastic. I was really happy to see Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. Faith Hill's done a little bit of acting. She's appeared in a couple of movies. I checked her IMDb. Most of her acting credits are like country music videos, but she was in Stepford Wives with Nicole Kidman, and she was in some other movie I saw. But she doesn't. And I think she's popped up on a couple of TV shows, just as like a, you know how they do. They're like, oh, a special episode of Frasier with Faith Hill. It'll be that kind of thing. She'll just pop up for a couple scenes and be done. But yeah, Tim McGraw's done a bunch of movies. He was in Country Strong. He was obviously in The Blind Side. That's an Academy Award winning film. He's done so many. He's done like different Friday Night Lights. He's done so much. Tim McGraw's done a bunch of acting. That's why I was surprised that he was doing 1883 with his wife. I'm here in Tennessee. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill are in the press a lot here. We've had a couple of tornadoes. They do a lot of charity work. Some of the local press was a few years ago. They looked like they were having some problems in their marriage, and I was seeing those stories popping up in the press. And there's an article in Esquire from a few months ago. I guess Tim McGraw was doing some press for 1883. He was kind of talking about his battles with alcoholism and just dealing with that, because like I said, a lot of times people say, oh, their marriage is struggling, whatnot. They've been married for like 25 years. They got 3 daughters together. It just looks like Tim McGraw's in a better place. So whatever he was dealing with as far as any kind of demons, alcohol, substance abuse, whatever, it looks like he gotten over that. And it looks like 1883 is going to be a hit. So that show looks great. Season 4 Yellowstone looks great. There's also another show that they were advertising called Mayor of Kingstown, with Jeremy Renner from the Avengers movies and the upcoming Hawkeye Disney Plus. That show looks like that is gonna be baller. I love it. Mayor of Kingstown looks like it's gonna be dope. I saw the co-creator of Yellowstone is the creator of this show, and it's executive produced by Antoine Fuqua, who I am just a huge fan of his. Antoine Fuqua directed Denzel Washington in Training Day. Obviously, Denzel won an Academy Award for that performance. Also, he directed The Magnificent Seven, and there was a movie with Bruce Willis called Tears of the Sun that he was playing a Navy SEAL, and it was like, I love Tears of the Sun was great too. I'm just a big fan of Antoine Fuqua, so when I saw his name pop up on Mayor of Kingstown with as one of the executive producers, I was really stoked by that. One thing I will say, because the first episode I ever watched of Yellowstone was up. Well, I think I started watching it in June, and I watched all 3 seasons within like a week. The first 3 seasons. People have been telling me like, man, watch Yellowstone, watch Yellowstone. I was like, man, all I'm seeing is a bunch of cowboy hats and horses. I'm not really trying to watch. He was like, yo, but you like Kevin Costner. I've watched like Wyatt Earp. Also, and I've watched cowboy movies here and there, but it's not my biggest genre. Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood is some Tombstone. I do love those movies. I will say that, like Tombstone and Unforgiven, I thought were both incredible. And I remember those old Eastwood, like Good, Bad, the Ugly, those type movies. I like those. But a lot of times, my mom watched Lonesome Dove. I remember Lonesome Dove when I was a little kid, and that was pretty good. But I was reluctant to watch Yellowstone, but I was kind of bored one day, and I saw the shows. They cut a deal with Peacock, and all of a sudden Peacock was advertising like, "Hey, we got all 3 seasons of Yellowstone. Watch it." And I said, "What the hell?" And I went ahead and I put Yellowstone on, and I was immediately hooked. It's just beautifully shot. The cast, like one of my favorite. They got Cole Hauser. Kelly Riley is amazing as Beth Dutton. Kelly Riley is incredible. I've seen her. I watch a lot of like British television stuff, and I knew that she had been in Flight with Denzel Washington. She'd been in a couple of things. As her American accent is flawless. If you, it was kind of weird. Debut night watching them. They had a lot of behind the scenes. You know, they would show the scene, then they go to commercial, and then right when they would come back out of commercial, they would show like behind the scenes vignettes with different cast members, Kelly Riley and Kevin Costner and whatnot. So they were talking, and it's kind of weird to hear Kelly Riley actually speak. I think she's Irish, but she had to speak with that accent, and then get her on screen, and there's zero cracks. There are zero cracks in her American accent. If I didn't know that she was, British, I'm assuming I don't know. Maybe she's Irish, whatever. She's from Europe. If I did not know that she was not American, you couldn't tell me that woman was not American. Her accent is complete opposite of that. Even though I liked his performance, watch a movie called Knives Out with which that movie won an Oscar too. Watch Knives Out with Daniel Craig. Now, obviously Daniel Craig's James Bond. He's clearly a British man. Watch how he talks with this drawling Southern accent. It's always over exaggerated. It kind of reminded me of Ben Kingsley when he played he played the Mandarin in the Iron Man 3, how he talked with the Southern drawl, and that's a lot of times the British actors, when they do like supposed to be like a Southern or Southwestern type accent, they do that. Kelly Riley's, I'm sure they have dialogue coaches and stuff on the set to kind of help them get the lingo down and everything. But my God, her ability to speak like that is flawless. It's like I'm sitting here listening. I'm rewinding scenes with her in it, listening, trying to hear that accent crack a little bit. Like Idris Elba and Dominic West on The Wire. They're both from the UK. And there were different scenes. If you go back and listen to The Wire, there were different scenes where you kind of hear that accent crack a little bit, and then they try to talk like they're from Baltimore. It was like, but the performance was still very strong. Sons of Anarchy, Charlie Hunnam. I didn't know he was British, and then I heard him talking in an interview, and I was like, wow, I didn't know he's playing a California biker, and he's got a pretty strong British accent as well. Matthew Rhys, that stars in Perry Mason and The Americans, which he won an Emmy for that. He's got his accent down pat. I was like, man, so I had to tip my hat to some of these European actors that have been able to actually do an American accent and get it right. Because my God, I can't even hear it. That's one thing. So another thing I would say about Yellowstone. There was a show about 10 years ago on HBO called Luck, and it got a bunch of press. It was the first time that Dustin Hoffman was going to, Dustin Hoffman's got an Academy Award, and first time he had agreed to do a network television show. And Luck, so, it's centered around a guy that, he had gotten convicted for some people had betrayed him, and he ended up going to jail, and he gets out of prison, and he's a gambler. So it's dealing with a lot of stuff on the racetrack. So they had a lot of horses. Now, Luck actually got renewed for another season and actually won an Emmy, but it got canceled before it got to do a second season because I think they lost 3 horses. They lost three horses died on Luck when they were filming. So it kind of made me wonder if a show like Yellowstone could work, because as many horses as there were on Luck, they've got like 3 times the amount of horses and livestock on Yellowstone that they did on Luck. So whatever, because another thing I heard him say, they have like animal rights people, like PETA people there on the set trying to make sure that the animals are well taken care of and well treated, all this kind of thing. and you haven't heard of the same type of problems happening on the set of Yellowstone that you heard happened on Luck. So I wonder how they handle their animals on Yellowstone. I wish whoever is working on Yellowstone had maybe been there when Luck, because Luck was an amazing show, and I was really looking forward to getting another season of that. If they had maybe been a little bit more precautious about how they were filming some of these horse racing scenes and stuff like that, that obviously the animals would have gotten out of the situation safely, and we would have probably gotten 4 or 5 years of amazing television from that show. But at least we got Yellowstone, and like I said, I hope they keep doing what they do. I see this. Kevin Costner says he'd like to keep doing this show. This is they're clearly going to have a season 5 and a season 6. I'd be surprised they don't just pick it up for another 2 seasons. But clearly Yellowstone is incredible. People really seem to like the show. It's going to get a 5th season pickup. You heard it here first, folks. But like I said, Yellowstone looks incredible. 1883, I'm looking forward to that. I think they said the first episode of that is going to drop around late December sometime, but I'm not 1,000% sure on that. But it does look incredible. Yellowstone looks amazing. And like I said, 1883 looks amazing. So I'm looking forward to checking those out. If you watched it, please get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about Yellowstone, how it came into season 4. Yeah, that's it. I'm out. PlaceTheBets.com, guys. Are you tired of crapping out on sites like Fanduel and Draftkings? Go to PlaceTheBets.com. Set your fantasy lineup. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. They got them all. They'll set your lineup. 30 days is only $1. You can go and you can sign up right now. That 30 days is only $1. PlaceTheBets.com and get that Skrilla. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please check out my podcast at anchor.fm/AkariPress, or just type in Akari Press on your favorite streaming platform today.